Chapter 9, Making America Beautiful Again. Our big cities are in big trouble. Liberals have turned once great cities like New York, San Francisco, and Chicago into dirty crime dens where junkies shoot up on the street and hobos live in filthy tents right on the sidewalk. Parks are turned into drug havens, ugly public housing buildings are defacing our streets, and statues of American heroes are defiled and destroyed while nasty criminals roam the streets like wolves. It's got to stop, people. It's got to stop before we become like Europe. Sub-zero tolerance. On day one, I'm going to implement a zero-tolerance policy throughout the country, but especially in liberal crime dens. Zero tolerance, folks, because it works, people. It works, believe me. When my friend Rudy became mayor of New York in the 1990s, the city was a terrible mess, just like today. People were urinating in the streets and doing drugs in the streets. They were littering, breaking things, defacing subways and public buildings with ugly graffiti, robbing people in broad daylight. Decent citizens were afraid to ride the subway because they were afraid they'd get robbed. That's how bad it was. And a lot of people are saying it's even worse today. When Rudy became the mayor, he came to me and asked what he should do about all the crime in the city. And I said, Rudy, you've got to do the zero tolerance thing. And he did. He instructed the police to enforce every law in the books. Because the laws are there, folks, they're there. The liberals just don't want to enforce them because they think the criminals and lowlifes are more important than law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. But guess what? It worked. When the police started enforcing the laws again and plainclothes cops started doing stop and frisk and things like that, crime went down and people became happy again. And it was all thanks to me, but I let Rudy take the credit. I've always been modest like that. In some cities, it's even worse today than it was back then, if you can believe it. And you should believe it because it's true. Cities like San Francisco and Chicago and Portland look like post-apocalyptic sets from a Mad Max movie with all the filthy tents and junkies and drug-dealing gangs. In those cities, we may have to implement sub-zero tolerance, meaning we'd preemptively round up and lock up all the nasty individuals and groups of people that have above-average criminal representation. We know who they are. It's tough, I know, but we've got to make our cities nice again, folks, and we can't do that until we make them safe first. We're in a war here, and I'm your General Patton. Remember Patton? With the helmet and the ivory-handled revolvers? A lot of people say I look like him, that I look like General Patton. I guess it's true. He was a great man, too. Perhaps not as great as me, but pretty great. Trumpification. Once our cities are clean and safe again, we can embark in all seriousness on the greatest urban modernization and beautification project in the history of mankind, a Trumpification campaign that will stun the world. I'm talking about an unprecedented glamorization transformation that will make us the envy of the civilized world. Think Trump Tower, the glass, the marble, the golden ornaments, the golden faucets, the golden doorknobs, the golden doorposts, and imagine every city looking just like that. It's going to be so fabulous, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. But that's okay, because like a great man once said, strong men also cry. Not my father, of course. If I cried in front of my father, he'd smack me senseless. But that's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to transform every ugly city into a marvelous Trump town of glass and marble and gold, lots of gold. We are going to bulldoze all those ugly housing projects and crack houses and build Trump towers everywhere. Hundreds of Trump towers will go up in every city, creating phallic forests of glass and gold. Our skylines will be so stunning, people will need sunglasses just to look at them. It will be the biggest job-creating project in the history of our country. Believe me, if you can't get work in the Trump economy, it's on you. So no more welfare, no more food stamps, no more smoking dope all day. Get off that couch and get a job in Trump construction. America needs you because after we've deported all the illegal immigrants, there probably won't be a construction worker left in the country. Parks and Rec. We're also going to do tremendous things with the parks. They will be a lot greener, folks, believe me, a lot. And every park is going to have a carousel for the kids and fountains and trees shaped in my likeness. And statues, of course, we're going to have lots of statues of true American heroes like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and General Custer. Remember Custer's last stand? So brave the way he fought against the Indians. And Andrew Jackson, of course, one of my personal heroes. And Lee and Grant, well, maybe a little more Lee than Grant. And Patton and Douglas MacArthur with the sunglasses, and Reagan, Ronnie. And my good friend Tucker Carlson. And me, of course, because a lot of people are saying that I am the greatest American hero of all time. That's what they are saying. They're probably right. I'm also going to build more golf courses, many more golf courses. Golf is one of the best sports to stay healthy. I mean, look at me. I'm one of the healthiest people I know. Doctors tell me I'm a medical miracle. And I want everybody to have the opportunity to become as healthy as me. I once told Biden he should play more golf if he wanted to become as healthy as me, but he wouldn't listen. And now he can't even remember what day of the week it is. It's sad, really, very sad. To make room for the golf courses, we are going to raise all the ghetto parts of the cities. That way, we'll not only get health-improving golf courses, but we'll also get rid of some of the ugliest parts of our cities and bring down crime. It's like killing 3 mockingbirds with 1 stone. Am I a genius for coming up with this? No, because I was already a genius many times over, many times. Another idea I just came up with, building more shooting ranges, because there are far too few places where you can just go and shoot stuff. That's probably why all those angry teenagers go into the schools and shoot kids. Because where else can they go? And think about all those innocent bystanders who were shot and drive-by shootings. Why is that? Because those gangsters can't shoot straight. They don't know how to shoot. They probably never practiced a day in their life. That's why they often miss the gangsters they want to kill and hit innocent people instead. If they were better shots, they could kill rival gangsters much more accurately, and it wouldn't be such a problem. So we're going to build shooting ranges all over the country and give the gangsters and angry young men 24/7 free access. Another winning Trump idea. They just come to me. It's amazing, isn't it? It's so great to be me. You have no idea. In conclusion, liberals have turned our big cities into crime-infested junkie paradises. But under my visionary leadership, we will transform our cities into beacons of beauty and architectural marvels, the likes of which nobody has ever seen. We're going to get rid of all the bad elements in our cities and bulldoze all the ugly and scary ghetto parts and build great big golf courses and beautiful Trump towers instead. And we're going to beautify our parks and squares and public spaces and build statues to our true American heroes to celebrate our battles and victories and the real American spirit instead of the fake liberal one that celebrates women and minorities and other losers. It's going to be amazing. You'll see. Please support my candidacy for president by buying the America I Deserve at no good tax dodging, U.S. Postal Service leeching Amazon. Help make the America I Deserve the most popular book on Amazon. Let's show the American people the real Donald Trump.